Let's face it, sometimes I have to. Sometimes I have to romanticize my life because it's difficult to find magic in it sometimes. Hi. I haven't uploaded a video in, gosh, I don't know, 4 weeks. What can I say? I kind of just wanted to leave my camera out of my hands. I was just trying to enjoy some of my time. Enjoy some time without worrying about what's in the view of the camera, what I look like, what my house looks like. Yeah, I just didn't want to share my my life. I wanted to be selfish and keep it to myself for a couple weeks. Okay. So I was watching Natural Witchery. I'll link the channel and the video I was watching down below. But she was asking herself, what does a magical life look like to her? She wants a more magical life. And I've been thinking about it ever since I watched it. You know, it's been a week or so. And yeah, I used to think that it was all about, you know, doing the witchy things, the spell work, the witchcraft, having all the tools, having the witchy aesthetic going on, because I like a good witchy aesthetic. I'm not going to lie. But that doesn't make my life feel magical. I feel maybe magical and witchy while I'm doing it, or while I'm enjoying that part of my practice. But I don't think you have to be a witch to have a magical life. So, what does a magical life look like to me? I always say I have such a beautiful life, and I do. But to be honest, it doesn't always feel magical. Having a magical life, I guess, is more of a feeling than a doing for me. And, you know, I don't always easily get that feeling. I really have to be mindful of wanting my life to feel magical. Like romanticizing your life. But I'm not talking about, you know, sometimes they're just like cringe and ick. The romancing your life videos. But let's face it, sometimes I have to. Sometimes I have to romanticize my life because it's difficult to find magic in it sometimes. So, you know, doing things like putting up the happy lights in my house, and let's face it, I have them in every room, just about everywhere. You know, doing things like that can make me feel in a more magical mindset. I feel better when I romanticize my life. Where was I going with that? Yeah, anyway, I'm not always mindful of wanting my life to be magical, because I think it's a mindset. It's got to be a mindset. Believe me, there's a lot of things going on in this girl's life that are not so magical. Yeah, work is stressful. It's hard to keep that work-life balance going, and work always seems to win. You know, I don't have enough time for my art, and I don't have enough time for my practice sometimes. So yeah, you know, life is hard, and the things going on right now, I'm not even going to get into that. The situation in the country and the world. Not so magical. So, what's living a magical life? I started practicing witchcraft because I wanted a magical life. And witchcraft isn't necessarily the thing that gives me a magical life. It has basically nothing to do with witchcraft, actually. And it's just that exchange of energy between myself and the earth or the cosmos or goddess. That feeling you get. It's the feeling of connection and unity with nature. Like, it's feeling deeply intertwined with the planet and feeling like I belong and like I'm in harmony with the earth. Like sometimes after a ritual, when I have that feeling of excitement in the pit of my belly and my heart space is full, that feeling of oneness, that feeling of belonging, and yeah, that is such a magical feeling. And I can get that feeling sometimes by just going outside and having coffee in the summertime and listening to the birds and watching the squirrels. Nature's so magical. It's a peaceful feeling. It's a deep appreciation for the natural world. That's a magical life to me. That feels like magic to me. This is the most snow we've had all winter long, and it's beautiful. Magical. So my life isn't magic. Are you done?
Yeah.
It's not magical. I do not have that feeling of peace all the time. And I don't have that feeling of connection all the time. But I have moments of it. Sometimes magical moments just kind of pop up on you. My friend Doreen across the alley just invited me over for a charcuterie board.
I love these.
Those are good.
Do you know what they
Delish, no. So while I have a beautiful life. I have a completely wonderful, beautiful life. But I have to be mindful in order to feel like I have a magical life. I have to notice the magical moments in my life. I have to pay attention to them. And I've gone a long time. Like in the last couple of years, there were months where I'd go without feeling magical. But then, something will happen. Something will just seem so perfectly wonderful. It's badass, huh? We're going to walk on your snowy sidewalk. Okay. Where are you looking from? Oh, yeah, she is badass. Yeah, I gotta zoom in.
I did.
There she is. Oh, that is badass, honey. You were right.
Our dead tree? Hey, Hey, taking video, can I get my word?
There we go.
That's a dead tree. I froze it in a bucket of water.
Oh, look at my shadow right next to the tree.
I'm going in on that.
I'm coming too.
We don't care.
Oh my gosh. Like sometimes just looking at the night sky or feeling the cold on my face or feeling the warm sun on my face. I don't have a magical life. I have a lifetime full of magical moments. And I'm grateful that I am becoming more mindful of noticing and cherishing the magical moments that happen. Because let's face it, I'm 60 years old. I'm going to be 61 in a matter of months, just a few months. And, you know, life is short. And what's the point if you can't find the magical moments? And this is coming from a person who has been so deep in depression that living was not even important. And, you know, when you go through crap like that, when you go through dark nights of the soul, when you go through things that are scary and hard, it makes you more aware of the magical moments, I guess. And so I try really hard to pay attention to the magical moments. I pay attention. And cherish them. Oh yeah, you know, sometimes it's hard to find magic in this fucked up world we are living in right now. You know, every morning when I wake up, I try to be grateful for having another day. I really think that gratitude is one of the ways that I make my life feel more magical. Yeah, I guess to have a magical life, I just have to be aware and mindful of the magical moments that so much outweigh the hard, painful times. The hard times make me appreciate the good magical moments more. And sometimes there is magic in the hard times. I think it looks different to all of us. I think a magical life looks very different to all of us. Yeah. So my life isn't magical, but it is filled with a billion magical moments. You know, just like the sky is filled with a billion magical stars. I got the full moon out the window, and I'm eating cookies in bed. So what does a magical life look like to you?